Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to another UU Showdown Live. Today we're going to be using Dougie Kyurem Volt Turn team that I believe my boy Mfuga made. Kind of weak to stuff like Cobalion and things like that. I think he made it, but it's really fun. I love Volt Turn. Volt Turn is one of my favorite combos to use. Get him trapped in there and just repeatedly go for U-turn and Volt Switch. But before we actually get into live, I just want to say the Drop a Draco shirts, hoodies, tank tops, long sleeves, stickers, v-necks, ladies tees are all available down below in the description for 19 more days. And actually, if you click on where it says Drop a Draco dark hoodies, it'll take you to even more colors. You can get the nice Lottie twins going on here with red and blue, even nice purple going on. And same thing with Drop a Draco dark tees. You have different options, so it's not just white and black like some people say. Are there different options? There are if you just click on it. So if you guys want to get that, that's available for 19 more days. The link is down below in the description. But in any case, let us look for a battle, as we have found one. And my opponent X-Pain has some really interesting Pokemon, Sigilyph and Drifblim, two Pokemon you don't really see too much in this tier. The good thing is Empoleon pretty much gets up rocks pretty freely. I want to say freely just because it can phase out Drifblim, doesn't really care too much about that. Same thing with Sigilyph, same thing with Suicune, same thing with this. And basically, I can get up rocks and phase something out. It doesn't mind because it does resist any one of Suicune's attacks. Obviously, same thing with Florges, and then obviously this dual stab is resisted as well. So I'll just go right for the Stealth Rock, as he is going to go for the Cosmic Power. I'm assuming he's going to be the Flame Orb. Yep, Cycle Shift set. It doesn't matter. I'm going to roar him out. Cycle Shift me, good play, because this thing is going to be an issue for him. I'm actually going to be able to repeatedly click Roar unless I phase him into like Swampert. So I'm going to go for Scald here, because if he goes on to something like Swampert, perfect. I would be able to burn it potentially. You know, hashtag Team Scald. I actually get a crit on him. No burn though. It's okay. He's not Mega Swampert. We already know that because we saw Beedrill on his team. And what I want to do right here is actually go directly into Kyurem, because Kyurem doesn't have a good switch in. I can actually spam Ice Beam versus his team and probably win. So he goes for Rocks, and what I am going to do is go right for Specs Ice Beam. This is, I believe, is this Modest or Timid? This is Modest Specs Ice Beam, so this should be able to knock out Swampert. Oh my god. Swampert just dropped. Beautiful, beautiful. If he goes Suicune, I'll be able to go right back out into Empoleon and phase it out with a Roar. And the reason I went for Ice Beam, and the reason I actually also went for Scald on... Why would you go this? This is... Your Cosmic Power is not going to save you, bro. It is not going to save you. I already know your Flame Orb, and I'm even faster, so goodbye. Well, now Beedrill just wins as well. He should definitely go Suicune. Yeah. That's the only play to make. Now, if he is Roar Suicune, it could be a bit of an issue. However, because he can phase me out before I can phase him out. However, I can go for Scald Burns, and then I have Whimsicott. I can also trick him and things like that. So those are all options. Like I said, another reason that I went for Scald on Florges is if I got off the Scald damage on Florges, and then he tried to, when he went for Wish, and he tried to go for Protect after that, I can roar him through Protect, and basically that would put him in range to be 2-hit KO'd by Modest Specs Ice Beam after Stealth Rock when he came back in. So goes out to Beedrill, or gets forced out into Beedrill, and I'm just going to go for Roar again. If he wants to Mega Evolve and Protect, he'll be phased out. Goes right for Drill Run. I do survive, so maybe I should have went for the Torrent Boosted Scald right there, but I phase him out of Drifblim, which is really nice because now I'll be able to go right out into my... oh, he's Flare Boost. I never seen that. That's pretty cool. Now I'll actually be able to go out into my Rotom Heat and go right for the Volt Switch. He doesn't have a Ground type anymore. That Swampert is gone. I also could have went out to Kyurem, but I was pretty confident that would knock him out. And what I do want to do is, I don't want to lose to his Beedrill, so I have to keep my Rotom alive. I actually have to keep his Choice Scarf as well, I believe. So, what's the play here? I think actually going out to Kyurem and forcing in either Suicune to drop a Draco on it, or forcing in Florges just to get off damage. That way I can get off the Mega Evolution with my Beedrill after is the play. So I will sack my Kyurem if he goes Florges. He goes Suicune, so I'm pretty sure I can drop a Draco and that will easily 2-hit KO. I'm on Modest Specs, bro. Oh my god. I mean, I love Suicune, but Kyurem, calm down. And straight up dropped the Draco on him. He goes Florges. I don't see a reason not to go directly into Beedrill and just Mega Evolve and click Poison Jab. I resist his attack anyway. He goes for Wish. I don't think, I mean, even though Beedrill does resist this, I don't think he can take a poison jab after rocks. He does resist it. He does resist the poison jab, but this is Beedrill. Beedrill has crap defense. I'm pretty sure this will drop him. Yeah, shout out to adaptability. So my own shiny Beedrill. Were we both shiny Beedrill? My own shiny Beedrill came through right there, but we're gonna look for another game, and oh, we got another one. I like this team. This guy's team is pretty cool. So I can probably trap his Darmanitan with my Jam Bads. That's honestly the play I think I'm going to go for. I want to lead off with... This is hard because Darmanitan is an issue for this team. I don't want to lead off... I might have to lead off a Rotom and Hard Switch directly into Empoleon. I think that's the play. So I'm leading Rotom because I'm expecting him to lead Darmanitan. It's just a great lead versus this team. And I'm actually going to Hard Switch directly into Empoleon. Because if he goes for Rock Slide right here, I don't want to lose my Rotom. I'd rather have you go for U-turn and go out into Cobalion or something, and then I'll be able to... I mean, if he goes for Rock Slide, I get up Rocks, which is nice. Goes right for U-turn. This is 13%, but considering I'm not physically defensive, I can't tell if that's Scarf or not. I think that is Scarf. I think Bandit would have done more, even though I do resist that. I'm pretty sure Bandit would have done a bit more to Empoleon, just because Darmanitan is ridiculously strong. The good thing about Empoleon is it can phase out for Alligator, but it has so much, as well as Reuniclus, but it has so much pressure on it. Goes Mandibuzz, surprisingly. I don't want to switch into my Kyurem to get knocked off because Specs Ice Beam 2 KOs everything on his team, even his water type, so I'm actually just going to fire off a Scald. He actually goes for Taunt, so that's really nice, considering I had the potential to get a burn. It's nice because I had the potential to get a burn, but what I'm going to do is go out to my Whimsicott right now as he goes down to his Reuniclus, so that's pretty cool. I don't know why he went Reuniclus. Hello. I don't know why he went Reuniclus right there. Maybe he was just trying to avoid a Scald burn. But I will be able to fire off a Moonblast right now, get off damage on Darmanitan to just knock it out with Ice Beam later, getting off damage on Cobalion. I also have Taunt if he tries to Calm Mind up, and I can U-turn on out of there. Oh, hi Brazil. Are you guys still Thunder Waving with your T-Tars? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyway, no, I'm not. I'm going to fire off a Moonblast right here. He doesn't have very good Fairy Resist that like to come in. I mean, he's probably just going to stay in with his Reuniclus anyway. If it's Trick Room, I'm not too worried about that. I have Protect. I have Encore. We are great fans of you. Oh, I appreciate that, bro. I hope I didn't lose any of you guys because of what just happened. This is an issue for me. This is an issue. I feel like I have to sack something. I wish whoever was listening to that music downstairs would turn that down. Good lord. I feel like I have to sack something versus this monster. Kyurem is definitely viable in this game. It Ice Beams everything. Well, actually, Kyurem can live a hit for Alligator and also knock it out with Dragon Pulse. Beedrill is useful. I think the play is to sack Jambat and then actually go out to Rotom. I want to trap him, but I feel like I'll be able to deal with him later anyway just because of rocks. He goes for U-turn. That's even better for me. Well, to an extent, anyway, as he is going to go Sceptile. And what I am going to do is go directly into my Whimsicott. Whimsicott's going to take him on. The good thing is, like I said, I'm going to keep my Rotom healthy. That way I can take on his Darmanitan and make sure I do have a Rock Resist left. So, whether it be Rotom plus Empoleon, probably like the only core I can go for. I think he could have went for Flare Blitz right there, to be honest, but I guess he thinks or knows that I'm Focus Sash Dugtrio. So... thinking about the Brazilian T-Tar. I'm thinking about my game versus Hill for World Cup like 2 years ago. I think he knows that I'm focused as Dugtrio, so maybe he thought I would sack that. Part of the reason why I want to say Whimsicott is because it gives me a switch into Mandibuzz as well as something for Sceptile. This is cool because I can go right for the Encore. If he wants to hard switch into Darmanitan, that's a really nice play. As he actually hard switches into Cobalion, so that's a good play. I'm going to try and trap him with my Jam Vads. I don't see any more use for them. I don't have a switch in for this monster anyway. And this thing is really hard for me to deal with. Alternatively, what I could do, this is definitely his rock. I'm actually going to taunt him so he can't get up rocks. There's no way he would get up rocks right there, but basically the play is also now to go Rotom. Taunting him just to prevent rocks, and then I can go out into my my Rotom and overheat something, I believe. If he wants to go for close combat, yes, I do sack damage. It's a hard turn for me. It definitely is. I'm actually going to go for U-turn just in case he goes for close combat. Because if he does, I can... oh, this is even better for me. He goes for Volt Switch. I was going to say, if he went for close combat, I would live it. I could U-turn out to my Dugtrio and then hit him with an Earthquake. But now I'll be able to go for U-turn on whatever comes out. And I love this. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Definitely, definitely, definitely. So hopefully he goes Darmanitan. If he goes Gator, I don't think he'd go Gator. But if he goes Reuniclus or something, I can get up rocks with Empoleon. I really need rocks in this game because Darmanitan is just a big threat. How did I say that? That's a big threat. Call me PK. He does go Darmanitan. Cool, cool, cool. I'm going to go out into my... I'm going to go out to Beedrill. Just because I want the Mega Evolution. I'm tired of having this slow Beedrill on the team. If he goes right for Flare Blitz, he goes for Flare Blitz. I can sack my Dugtrio to this thing, but I want the Mega Evolution. That's what I want. Like, I straight up want the Mega Evolution as quickly as possible. I don't think he'd hard switch. I don't think he has a reason to try that hard right here, just because... Hold on, let me make sure my mic is recording, because sometimes it... Okay, cool. It is. Alright, we good. I don't think he has a reason to hard switch just to predict my Protect, because he can fire off Flare Blitzes and start killing Darmanitan. I kind of wish this team had priority. I really do. But also, I want him to go for Flare Blitz as well, because then Overheat from Roto would knock him out. It's going to be hard to get up rocks versus this team. Just because Mandibuzz puts a lot of pressure on Empoleon. Had I got Scald Burn there, maybe it would have been a little bit different. I mean, I can get up rocks versus Reuniclus and for Alligator, but then I'm risking them setting up, which is the issue. And obviously, Cobalion, I'm not going to be able to get up rocks versus. So, we'll see, though. He does stay in, though, as I am able to protect, get off my Mega Evolution. Nice, nice, nice. Goes right for Flare Blitz. Good play. Good play. Alright, so we're going to sack our Jambads right here. I kind of wanted them to trap Cobalion, but I think just getting off the damage, that way I can go out into... I know Empoleon can live this 100%. And I also know Kyurem can live this. Kyurem might be the better play because Kyurem can live and then can go for an Earth Power or Ice Beam just to knock him out. I think Earth Power is the better play because it also hits Cobalion. But then again, I do want the Dragon Pulse. I think Dragon Pulse is just the all-around best play. Dragon Pulse knocks him out, has neutral damage and everything. It specs. Obviously, Cobalion can take it, excuse me. But besides that, nothing wants to take it. And if he wants to stay in Flare Blitz, good. Do it. Do it. Sack your Darmanitan because I guess the idea of this team is to trap Cobalion or trap the bug / poison resistance mon on the opposing team with Dugtrio. But it's really hard to do that when your opponent has a Darmanitan. It's extremely hard to do that. Let's see what he goes out into. Goes out to Cobalion though. I could have went for Earth Power. Good lord. Alright, I don't regret not going for Earth Power right here. I really don't. I'm going to go for another Dragon Pulse. If he wants to get up rocks, then he'll sack this Mon. I don't think Close Combat will knock me out from full, just seeing how much Iron Head did to Whimsicott. Yes, I am physically defensive, and I can defog versus Mandibuzz and Reuniclus. So I'm actually going to go for a second one. That crit was kind of nice. Unfortunate for my opponent, obviously. Then again, I'm going to be sacking this to take damage on Cobalion. If he doesn't choose to go, if he goes for rocks, okay, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I still do have Whimsicott to come in on the Sceptile. He actually goes for Volt Switch, so that's great because there are no more Dragon Resist on the team. I'm not sure why he's not going for close combat versus me, but something is going to be 2-hit KO by Modest Specs Kyurem. Ooh, goodbye Mandibuzz. Ooh, 60. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Perfect. And he doesn't have a defogger anymore if he gets rid of this. And he can't switch into anything. Anything he switches into takes damage. I love it. I don't care. I love... Well, I'm making a reference to that. No. Anyway, Mandibuzz goes down. Great, great, great. I love Modest Specs Kyurem. You are strong. That's why Umfuga always uses these boosting natures. Alright, so Cobalion comes out. What do I want to do? Do I want to let Beedrill take damage? I think I'm actually going to go out to Whimsicott just in case he goes for close combat. He goes for Iron Head, he goes for Iron Head. He does. I don't... Does he not have... Does he not have... I'm going to Encore him into that. Does he not have... Close combat? Yeah, I'm going to try and Encore him into this because I want... Have I shown Encore? Yes, I have. Well, he already knows I had the potential to be faster. But I'm going to Encore him anyway. Even if he hard switches, Encore is just the best play because if I lock him into that, I can finally get up rocks versus this guy. And, just go for the next Iron Head, bro. It's tempting. You know, killing Whimsicott is tempting. Yes. Yes. Alright. So we lock him into that. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I say it's beautiful because now Empoleon not only gets leftovers up to full HP, but also he has a hard time killing Empoleon at this point. And getting up rocks for Darmanitan is pretty big considering that monster is going to be destroying everything on my team. Also getting up rocks I think puts Cobalion in range of U-turn from Beedrill. That's probably like a bunch of crap considering Cobalion is like hella bulky. Hard switches into his Reuniclus though. That's completely fine. We're going to start shuffling him around a bit. Yeah, we're definitely going to start shuffling him around. Not sure if he's going to go for Calm Mind or not. But if I can phase him into for Alligator, perfect. Goes right for Focus Blast. I get to crit on me. I think that's a defensive Reuniclus just based on the damage from a crit as we force him into Sceptile. And what we are going to do is... I don't want to sack this just yet. I doubt this dies to Giga Drain though. I'm going to go for Roar. I doubt it dies to Giga Drain, to be honest. I don't want him getting up a sub either. I want to phase him out into Darmanitan, man. Goes for another Focus Blast. That's completely fine. This is a monster versus him. I get to go for U-turn if I win a speed tie. I think the best play is actually going for SD. I really think that's the best play. Because if he goes Cobalion and then +2 U-turn should be able to knock him out. I don't want to go right for U-turn because... Actually, what reason do I not have to go for U-turn? Yeah, that's a... I would U-turn out versus Cobalion anyway, so I didn't see a reason not to go for U-turn. And +2 U-turn would not have knocked him out anyway. Good lord, he took that well. Extremely well, good lord. And I have to lock myself into Overheat right now. I actually don't think I am going to lock myself into Overheat. I'm going to go for Volt Switch. I don't think he'd try and go directly into Sceptile. I really don't. Would he? No, not at 13%. I think I have to make some aggressive plays anyway, so I'm going to go for Volt Switch. He does make the Sceptile play. Okay. I see you, bro. The reason I didn't want to go for Overheat is because I didn't want to give Reuniclus a free setup. Ideally, though, I still win a speed tie with Beedrill, so we're good. As he goes for sub, so he even lets himself take more damage. I'm okay with that. We're going to go for Poison Jab right here. He does win the first speed tie and knocks me clean out, and that is going to be a good game. Ooh, okay. So, a few things I learned from this game. Good game. One, this team is hella weak to Darmanitan, just like the last Yu Live I did. Two, I couldn't go for Overheat there. Because, why is he putting ... That's it makes it sound so insincere. Like, this is slower than this thing too. Alright, so why is he putting ... Anyway, finally, no Darmanitan. Not that we're not weak to Sceptile. I mean, I guess Whimsicott deals with it, but I don't know, it's really hard to deal with like Cobalion with this team too. And look at our Sceptile, look at our sweet Zapdos answers. I'm gonna lead off with Kyurem because Kyurem threatens. Thank you, man. Because Kyurem threatens basically the Zapdos lead. I appreciate that basically. Alright, nice. And my pressure came out first, so I should be faster. I could go right for the Earth Power predicting Metagross, but I don't want to risk him staying in. And plus, this is Specs. He actually goes Gyarados, so that's great that I didn't go for the Earth Power because this is, like I said, this is Specs. This is going to do a hell of a lot. Look at that. 75%. Yum. Getting off damage on Metagross is great too because Beedrill kind of just tears through his team. Like, it actually tears through his team. Goes Metagross right here. And I get a crit on him. Why am I so lucky versus Metagross these days? This has to be his rocker too. Best play is going out to Rotom because I don't need Empoleon getting damaged by a potential Earthquake. Just going to go for Meteor Mash anyway. And what I'm going to do is just go right for Volt Switch right here. I don't mind if he stays in because my Jam Vats can always come in anyway. He's going to go for Rocks regardless. He should go for Rocks right here. Yep. So we come in, keep our sash. My Jam Bad's doing something nice. And we actually break him with the Earthquake. He doesn't have Bullet Punch, apparently. I will be able to defog versus Hydreigon, so I'm not too worried about that. Also versus Gardevoir, so these rocks aren't going to be there to stay. He goes Sceptile. Best play is going directly into Whimsicott. If he goes for HP Fire, I can just Encore him into that and then go Empoleon and basically defog away the rocks, getting up my own if I want to. The Encore is just so nice in this game for Dragon Dance and also for Hydreigon and stuff like that, but goes right for Leaf Storm, so that actually does a lot of damage. That actually did a lot. Wow. My phone. No, it's not a video of mine if my phone doesn't drop, but we can just repeatedly go for the U-turn right here, or just go right for U-turn as he goes out to Gyarados, and basically the play is to go directly into I don't want to go Empoleon because I don't want him to be an Earthquake variant. So unfortunately, while I wouldn't like Kyurem to take this Stealth Rock damage, I have to. There's no other play I can go for. The good thing is maybe he thinks I'm Modest Scarf, not Specs, so maybe he won't go. Yeah, great. Maybe he won't go out into maybe he wouldn't have gone out into basically Sceptile right there, but he goes on to Gardevoir. I don't think that my Jam Vads do much, but I also think that Empoleon is just a better play anyway, as he doubles into Hydreigon. I'm not sure if he was predicting this. Does he have Superpower? He probably has Superpower, but I will be able to defog anyway, so I'm not sure if that matters too much. Yeah, he definitely has Superpower. But like I said, I'm able to defog anyway. That does not do too much at all, as we are able to get rid of these rocks. Nice. And is he E-Belt? I'm not sure, but I'm going to go for rocks again. Or I'm going to go for my rocks as he goes out to Gardevoir. Kind of surprising he went out to Gardevoir, considering this is like the check/antidote. But I do get up rocks. I think that's Scarf Hydreigon with Superpower, or it's Mix. Interesting. I'm in a dilemma right here, though. I could save my Jam Vads to go for Superpower versus Hydreigon, but you know what? I'm actually gonna go out to my Jam Vads right now as he actually doubles down to Zapdos. I'm kind of like trying to understand why he's making these plays, but I mean, I guess he got in Zapdos. But I will be able to get up rocks again anyway, and all I wanted was rocks for Zapdos. That way I could 2-hit KO with Stone Edge regardless. So assuming we do hit 2 Stone Edges, never mind. He actually goes for Thunderbolt right there, so that's cool. Because he didn't defog, so I still do have the opportunity to hit him with this next Stone Edge. So that's really nice. I'm hoping he actually goes out to Sceptile right here. He actually goes Hydreigon, so I will be able to Superpower this thing as well. As he actually missed. It's okay. It's okay. So if he goes for Dark Pulse, something, don't go for U-turn. Don't double attack what's in front of you. Go for Dark Pulse. Go for Flamethrower. Bring me down to my sash and let me reversal you. No, I said don't. That's the exact opposite of what I said to do. No. Why is this thing actually an issue right here? But he goes back on to Zapdos too. Man, I'm hard switching directly into Kyurem. If he's gonna go for Roost, I'm getting my kill right now with Kyurem. If he goes for Defog, that's unfortunate. As he goes for Hidden Power, Ice, or no, Grass. That's Grass. Ice would have been neutral on Kyurem, but I will be able to knock him out with the Ice Beam. Really nice. He doesn't have a switch in. We prevent Defog. Unfortunately, though, Sceptile or even, I guess, Gardevoir can come in. Really surprised what type of Gardevoir this is. I have no idea what type of Gardevoir this is. Because Kyurem doesn't outspeed Sceptile or Hydreigon if he's a boosting nature, I'm just going to stay in and go right for Ice Beam. He's actually Choice Scarf Gardevoir, so I'm glad I did because Modest Specs Kyurem is able to knock him out. Good lord. Hydreigon's going to come out. I'm going to sack my Kyurem to this thing. If I am faster, that'd be cool. Goes right for Dark Pulse. Still has a lot of potential to win versus me. I'm going to go out into my Whimsicott and fire off a Moonblast. And that is my play of choice right here. It knocks out Hydreigon. I know I could take one of these Dark Pulses. As we thankfully do not get paralyzed right there. And the paralyzed, what? As we thankfully do not get flinched, the Sceptile is going to come out. And what I am going to do is just taunt this Sceptile. That way it can't do anything funky like Sub or anything like that. As he goes right for Giga Drain. And what I will be able to do is go directly into my my Beedrill, Mega Evolve, and go right for Poison Jab, and that will be game. Oh, well, U-turn is cooler. I'm going to go for U-turn. U-turn is cooler. I could take one Dragon Pulse without the boost, as you can see. And U-turn is able to knock him out, and that's going to be a good game. So, very interesting game. The guy kind of doubled around a bit. I was trying to understand it, but I don't know. I'm sure he knew why he did those plays. But we have another game, and unfortunately this guy has our Darmanitan, and that is an issue for me. So I'm gonna lead off with my Jamvaz, because if he wants to be one of those dudes that goes right for, if he's not Choice Scarf Darmanitan, basically I'm able to EQ it. If he leads off with his Haxorus and it's a Dragon Dance and he goes for Dragon Dance right off the bat, I'll be able to EQ into reversal and knock him out. Leads off with Zapdos. I mean, this is okay anyway because I can go right for Stone Edge. You know, we pray we hit because Jamvad is very old and blind. That did absolutely nothing. Is that Specs though? No, that is not Specs. Alright, so the play is to hard switch into Kyurem on the Roost, when I'm expecting to be a Roost. He wouldn't go for Volt Switch here because I'm a ground type. He goes right for another Air Cutter, that's okay. He doesn't have a Dragon Resist on his team, so I'm going to go right for Specs Dragon Pulse. I don't want to go for Ice Beam just because he does have, you know, my mascot right there, Miltank, which probably is thick fat. So I'm able to 2 KO that thing with the Dragon Pulse. Really, really nice. He can't switch around into this thing. Like, even if he goes into Reuniclus Hard Body, that thing is going to be 2 KO'd by the Specs Dragon Pulse as well. Darmanitan will drop. Haxorus will drop. Mienshao will drop. I'm still really weak to to Darmanitan, so I need to get up rocks. This team, the only priority on this team is Whimsicott's Encore and Taunt, so that's not, like, good for me. He goes out to this. Duckshell's not going to be trapping anything. You got to, like, preserve the sash on this thing, but it's really hard when your opponent has a bunch of threats. So, goes right for High Jump Kick. I am pretty sure I can go directly into my Beedrill right now, and I think I just Mega Evolve and go right for Poison Jab. I can't allow anything to come in for free, like Darmanitan or even Haxorus, and try and DD up. So I Mega Evolve, go right for Poison Jab as he actually goes out into his Zapdos, and yeah, I'll just knock him out with Poison Jab. I was debating you turning out into something that can force Darmanitan to not go for Flare Blitz, but I don't think I have anything on my team that can do that. So he goes Haxorus. I don't know if he's Choice Scarf. That'd be interesting, but I'm going to go for U-turn. They don't usually run Choice Scarf. So, yeah, and I can U-turn out directly into my Whimsicott. Encore him if he goes for the Dragon Dance. If he goes for an Outrage, he goes for Dragon Dance, great. He probably has Poison Jab on it, but I'll be able to Encore him into that. And what I can do right now is, I believe U-turn directly. Oh, great, he forfeited, so I don't have to deal with Darmanitan. Okay. I was going to U-turn out into Empoleon, expecting to go Darmanitan or even Reuniclus, and then get up my rocks and then just start phasing him around with that. So I'm tired of seeing these Darmanitans on the ladder. I need my Suicune on my team to check it indefinitely. And Blastoise, even a defensive Mence, all are good versus Darmanitan, but maybe even a bit of priority like a Gator on this team could be cool. I don't know how much I like Dugtrio on this team. I love my Jamvads. I love Dougie in one meta of ooh, this guy's Fabio. I love Dougie in like a few metas of basically like this is the play. I'm leading off a Whimsicott and he's leading off a Darmanitan. Let off a Crobat. I was gonna say I was gonna sack it and then trap him with Dugtrio, and that's how you play this game. But that did not work out the way I wanted, unfortunately. So I'll go out to Empoleon. Basically, I'm gonna sack now. I'm gonna sack whenever something comes out. I goes right for Brave Bird. That does a bit of damage to me. He's definitely not banded. As you see, we saw leftovers, and it would have done about 30% or more if he was banded. I'm gonna go for Scald because nothing on his team appreciates a burn. Yes, he does have an aromatherapy or potential aromatherapy user. Plus, he has his own. Fabio comes out. We don't get a burn. Again, I'm going to go out into Whimsicott because I expect him to Dragon Pulse just because I do have a Dugtrio. And I want to lock him into that. And then I want to go for U-turn from there. He goes right for Folk Splash though. That's okay as well. The play is to definitely go for the Moonblast right here because I could take any hit. I don't know why he stayed in because he's going to Volt Switch on out of there anyway. He gets a crit, so I guess I know why he stayed in. Unfortunately, now my Whimsicott is so low because of that crit, he can go for U-turn with Darmanitan and knock me out. While I did need Whimsicott for Crocodile, I would prefer having, and he could very well be Scarf Crocodile actually looking at it. He could sweep me with knockoff. That's annoying. I'm going to go for Taunt on this Empoleon. I don't want to prevent him from getting up rocks. Or Toxic. That's great. I don't know why he Toxic when I do have an Empoleon in the back. But I can go right for U-turn. If he wants to go for Scald, that's fine. I do have my own Empoleon right now. And we are going to start just spamming Scald on this guy. Even getting up rocks would be really nice. His Scald burns immediately. I don't think I've gotten a Scald burn today. I got a couple crits with it though, so I can't complain. Wasn't gonna complain anyway. But we're gonna go for a Rocks right here. I guess he's gonna go back on to Fabio. Goes Florges. Okay. What I can do is now go directly into my Beedrill and Mega Evolve and go right for U-turn. I don't think he has anything. He goes for Wish. I don't really mind that. I'll just be able to go for U-turn. If he goes up to Crobat, I can go right for the Volt Switch or Thunderbolt, excuse me, with my Rotom. Thunderbolt would probably be better, but we go immediately for the U-turn because we don't want to give him any initiative right here, any momentum, anything. So I can go directly out into my Rotom Heat, and I think I want to go for Volt Switch. He actually ends up staying in, surprisingly. I'm assuming he's going to try. If he goes for U-turn, that's great. If he goes for Defog, then that's unfortunate. He has Defog on this, and he has an Empoleon on the team. I don't understand why he would go for Defog right there either when you have Pokemon to switch into. But I'll just fire off a Scald, trying to get a burn on this guy. I already knew his last move would be Roost because he's defensive. And he doesn't have a good switch-in for this, so that's the good thing. Like, he can't switch in Darmanitan on Scalds. Fabio will be to a KO'd at 23%. Thankfully, he U-turns on out of there right now. So what I can do is, again, just fire off a Scald. He actually goes Florges, so I will be able to get Rocks finally. Again, my Scald does not like to burn. That's pretty funny. However, Crobat's in range of Poison Jab now. Goes for Wish. I don't mind that because I'm going to just go for Scalds. I don't see a reason not to. I really don't. If he goes back on the Crobat, if he tries and makes a Crobat play right here, that'd be weird. He goes Fabio most likely. Yep. Fabio, do you live this at 10%, bro? I know you're awesome, but I'm pretty sure he's an offensive Fabio because he had 3 attacks. Maybe he could be Rest with Aromatherapy in the back, but we're able to knock out Fabio. Crocodile is going to come out. It is Intimidate, thank God. I thought it would be Moxie. I'm going to fire off a Scald right here if he wants to go for Rocks randomly. I would have been happy with that, but alright, let's see what we do. Now, the play is definitely going out to Beedrill. I was thinking about trapping it with Gem, but the play, this has to be Choice Band. That's like the only one they run with Intimidate. Choice Scarf should always run. Choice Scarf usually runs. Does Earthquake kill? I really doubt it, to be honest. Choice Scarf usually runs Moxie. I'm going to calculate because Gemved's really weak. Doug Trio. Let me see. Yu Trapper. You're not Choice Banded. Enigma Berry. Gemved's mine is that of an Enigma. I was thinking about that that SpongeBob episode. Earthquake is 70 to 83%. Do I risk that roll? I don't think I risk that, honestly. I feel like I just go out into my my Rotom and go for Volt Switch, and just don't mind if he goes out into his Crocodile. I'm hoping he doesn't have double Defog on this team. I'm really hoping he doesn't have Defog on Empoleon, but he actually switches out. Goes directly into... No fear, goes directly into Crocodile. No fear at all. Alright, we're going to hard switch out into our Whimsicott right now. As he goes for Stone Edge, and he misses... unfortunately for him, but I will be able to go for U-turn one more time. And if he goes out into Empoleon, I don't know if that's Choice Scarf actually. I don't know what item that is because you do outspeed me, but I think you naturally outspeed me. How am I gonna kill Darmanitan? That's the issue. All right. This is how I'm gonna kill Darmanitan. I'm gonna trap this guy with Doug Trio and knock him out because I want to be able to go for Volts, which is 1. Yeah, he's not. If he misses, that'd be great too. Doesn't miss. Yeah, he's definitely banded. You can tell by that damage. But I'm able to trap the Crocodile, which is nice. I'll be able to knock him out. Crobat is going to come out, and it will unfortunately be able to defog. However, I can go for Stone Edge and knock him out. Or not! Or not, but I can go out into Rotom. If he goes for Brave Bird, that'll be perfect. He's definitely going for defog, though, but he actually goes for Brave Bird, so that's great, because I will be able to keep on my rocks. I can go right for Thunderbolt and knock him out with the, knock him out with that. No Volt switching around for you. No. Nice. I think Darmanitan is forced in. However, I can go out into my Jam Badge as fodder if he goes for Rock Move. Actually, Rock Slide kind of sweeps me, doesn't it? Rock move kind of sweeps me if I let Kyurem get damaged, so we have to be careful. I'm pretty sure Scarf Rock move doesn't sweep me, so I'm going to go for Earth Power right here. If he goes Empoleon, great. Yes, okay, he can't flinch me because of Sheer Force 2, so that's perfect. So their Manatan is going to go down, and the combination of Rotom plus Beedrill is going to win me this game. Straight up. Straight up. Alrighty. What the? Why did I do that? But we're going to go right on to Beedrill, as he's going to go right for Moonblast, and what I can do now is I don't even have to predict. Yeah, I just fire off Poison Jab right there. I don't even have to go for U-turn. If he stayed in, I killed him. If he went out to Empoleon, I U-turn out into my my Kyurem. U-turn does like 30% to his Empoleon, something like that. Maybe a little bit less. And Kyurem takes a hit, and I can just spam Ice Beam so Florges can't come back in. So that is going to be a game. That was an interesting game. But guys, hope you all enjoyed. Feel free, of course, to leave a like, subscribe. You can, of course, check out the Drop of Draco store if you want to. The link will be down below in the description. Like I said, if you guys want to go ahead and pick one up, sure thing. The link again, it's available for 19 more days. I will see you guys in the next video. I know Platinum hasn't been up lately. A lot of stuff, I've been doing a lot of stuff for IRL, like a lot of stuff for my future and my girlfriend's future and things like that. So all that's going well. I'm really happy about that. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I haven't had too much time. But I'll definitely be streaming tomorrow. I was supposed to stream today, but I ended up waking up late because I got in late. So yeah, anyway, I'm tired of giving excuses, but that's actually what happened. But I'll definitely be streaming tomorrow before I head out. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. So cue the outro.